How's it going, everyone? Welcome. I'm super pumped tonight to be trying this recipe. I was at our local superstore, and actually, basically anywhere you go, there's that Thanksgiving, fall theme coming on, pumpkins and pumpkin spice this, and I was in a superstore today, and they had a big display of cherry pie filling, and I was like, an apple pie filling, and I thought, how can I do a healthier version of that, or a somewhat healthier version? Because rather than making the dough and the crust and all the stuff that goes with it, I thought, what can we do that's different? So, prompted me to think of some ideas. So I grabbed some organic oats, and I thought we could play with that. And I thought, well, how am I going to cook this? Am I going to do it in a baking tin, or maybe it's in something like a glass Corningware dish or something. But then I remembered, you know what? Wouldn't it be cool if we did it in something like a skillet? So it was basically like a hot skillet with cinnamon in it and apples, and we're going like old home style way. So, and then we're gonna put it in the oven. So I think it's gonna be really good, and my mouth was watering thinking about it, of course. So. And we're going to add a couple of different things to it too. We're going to get a little bit, it's going to be a lot, of course, naturally sweetened, but we're going to throw a little bit of brown sugar in there, but most of it's going to be naturally sweetened with the apples already, and we're going to throw some raisins in there, because, raisins go good with apples. Some people don't like raisins. And I know people are going to be like, as soon as I mention the word raisins, they're going to be like, oh, he had to go with a raisin thing. But it's amazing. Raisins do actually go well with apples in a lot of different recipes and things. So I'm going to give it a try because I like raisins and Deanna likes raisins, and we're going to see how it goes. So, yeah. So let's get started, and this is going to be cool. So bear with me. This might be a two-parter, so I'm going to try and do what I can. Oh, we got some action happening. I heard a... Yeah, we live in the old city in Nanaimo, old city quarter. So it's sometimes the odd siren is not unheard of. So yeah. Anyway, tonight we're gonna have some quick oats, not just for breakfast, guys. So we're gonna just basically line the pan with some quick oats. What I did is when I made the apples, I actually pre-cooked the apples and basically chopped up some gala apples. Decored them. This thing's the bomb. Anybody who's doing any kind of bacon for apples has to have one of these things, because oops, we got the kettle boiling. Because it just cuts apples and then it cores them and everything for you. So it's really, really great tool. Awesome. So we've got the so we have some of the juices I saved from the apples as well. I put in there, and I added a sprinkle of cinnamon, actually. So we're going to add, I did add some, I'm going to add a little bit more. I just want to get basically the whole pan base covered. There we go. Don't forget, oatmeal expands a little bit, so we got to make sure that we're aware of that too. So we don't want too much. Basically one big layer. Yeah. Now, we're going to throw some, no, we don't want that. We want this stuff over here. We're going to throw a little bit of cinnamon on there too. It's going to taste really, really good. I love this time of year, with cinnamon spices and all just the fall flavors, pumpkin, and yeah, I'm going to probably be doing, just so you guys know, if anybody's watching this, I'm probably going to be doing some pumpkin spice recipes with our pumpkin isolene shakes from Isogenics, just because we've been using it, or I've been using it for almost 5 years now, and I just don't have it for shake anymore. We have it for and we incorporate it into our food as well. So if you're making things like pancakes or oatmeal or something like that, some of the shakes are really good. So stay tuned for some of my episodes with pumpkin spice, because it's going to be really, it'll be really fall theme sort of thing. Yeah, looking forward to it. And it's funny because the days are getting shorter, and it's just Halloween stuff's all over the place now, and yeah, So I'm pumped you guys are joining me. If you are out there, I don't know. Is anybody watching? I hope so. So, okay, so back to we're gonna focus back on reality. Okay, let's see what I got going on here. I have that, and we're gonna top it off with some granola too at the end. So I'm gonna put that on top. So that's gonna be really, really yummy. All right, so let's get at her. So we have our apples, which basically I said earlier, I chopped in really small amounts. Added some cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, just a tiny bit. I don't like too much nutmeg, just a little bit, just to give it that little spice. And we're just gonna pour this on top of our skillet. Oh yeah, that's gonna look good. Oh yeah. Now, you'll see that, oh yeah. So that's what it looks like. Awesome. Yeah, you know, like this smells incredible right now. Yeah, just all those flavors, you know. Oh man, I'm wondering if I should even throw some pumpkin spice on here, but it's actually wrong fruit. So, okay, so want to see? Oh, that's how that looks. That's the chopped apples on top of the quick oats, the organic quick oats. Now it's time. We're gonna throw a little bit of raisins on there just to add to that, you know, that sweetness. I'm gonna throw them all in there. I love raisins. When I was a kid, we all had favorite cereals as kids. Like I look at some of the cereals now, and you know, I'm sure ours were kind of unhealthy back then too. I'm not saying that we were any different or that much different, but I remember being a fan of Raisin Bran, and that was my thing. But you know, we weren't allowed to eat Cocoa Puffs and stuff. Like I think I tried if we were at friends' house or sleepovers or stuff, but really we weren't allowed to eat that. But you know, Raisin Bran was my thing. I loved Raisin Bran. I was a huge Raisin Bran fan, so I don't mind raisins. Okay, all right, next step, take a look at that. That's the raisins. A little bit of ground cinnamon to top. So keep going with a little bit of flavor. Okay. Now we're going to get our granola for the topping, which is right here. And we're going to blend that up actually. I'm going to throw that in the blender. I want it a little bit more coarse than it actually is. And you can actually buy the, I almost put the blender on without the lid. That wouldn't have been good. Somebody would have got upset. She's standing over there. Oh, no,
I'm always watching.
It's true. Basically powdered it, which was great. We're going to sprinkle that on. That's going to be really, really good. And then we are going to throw it in the oven. Now, what I suggest for this, because of the size of, and because it's these are oven safe, by the way, just in case you guys are wondering. Skillets, most of cast iron skillets are oven safe. Just do check the handles. This one, it has a special handle. It is oven safe though, so do check the handle. And this is ready to go in the oven. So, yeah, if looks like we're gonna have to do this in a two-parter. So, stay tuned. Please visit me on the next episode. I'll do a part 2 of my apple crumble. So take care. Talk soon.